Coming up, students from a flooded school get to attend a convention in Lexington thanks to the kindness of others.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The Kentucky Beta Club convention is this week in Lexington, and hundreds of students from across the Commonwealth made the trip. But for one class, it is their first time at the convention. As Chad Hedrick explains, thanks to a group of students from across the state, students from a flood-damaged school in Knott County are learning the other side of giving back.
You wouldn't know by looking at them, but these Beta Club students are from two different schools, about 4 hours away from each other. Some are from East Hardin Middle and the others from Hindman in Knott County, a school destroyed by last summer's flooding.
You know, we were hit on so many different levels. They were hit at home, they were hit emotionally, they lost their material things, and then they came to school and our school was destroyed.
While dealing with their own losses at home, the students from Hindman never lost sight of the Beta Club mission of community service.
I mean, these kids spent hours upon hours mucking out homes and businesses, sorting through families' belongings to try to find something to salvage.
While they were giving back, the students at East Hardin were working to do the same, but for their fellow Beta friends.
We kept talking to each other and communicating and becoming friends, and the more we talked, my brain started thinking of other things, and I was like, you know, it would be really neat if we came down and visited you all. Let's do pen pals. The
two classes met, exchanging shirts, social media accounts, and building friendships.
I said, hey, convention's in Lexington now. I know you guys are a lot closer to Lexington than Louisville. Maybe we'll see you there. And she was like, oh, no. She said, that's just not in the cards for us. It's really tough to, you know, that's a big expense. We just haven't, that has not been on our radar. And I was like, it's going to be now.
So the East Hardin students raised $8,700 for the Hindman Beta Club to come to convention, an act of kindness and giving back.
We in Knott County have received so much kindness after the flood from everybody that this was another thing on top of it. It was just so overwhelming.
Even though we're in the same state, you know, our paths would have never crossed, and now we just have this like bridge and this connection. It's pretty amazing.
That was Chad Hedrick reporting. The Beta Club convention runs through Friday at Central Bank Center in downtown Lexington. Also in Knott County, high school students are taking the tools they have learned in the classroom out into the community. The Knott County ATC lost nearly everything, including many of their class projects. So Building Apartments and Maintenance, or BAM teacher Teddy Martin, says it just makes sense for them to do what they can to help their community.
Makes them understand, you know, that it is a lot, some people got it a lot worse than others. And then just helping. They're all good kids, and it feels good to help, so they like to help.
Martin says while kids are in this class, they learn basic handyman skills such as plumbing, carpentry, heating, and lighting.
Well, still mild tonight. Temperatures in the middle 50s region-wide. We'll continue to see showers on the increase overnight. Here's a look outside right now. Downtown Hazard, 54 the current reading. It is quite mild at this hour. Region-wide, you see, we're all still in the even upper 50s. Pikeville and London, we're starting to bring up those southerly winds, really kick those temperatures up. You see the difference even between Lexington and Louisville. It's 59 in Lexington, it's 49 in Louisville. It's still 63 in Monticello. They're nearly 20 degrees warmer than we should be for daytime highs this time of year, and it is almost 5 past 11 at night. Watching some storms in West Tennessee that could try to sneak into the western parts of our area as we head into the overnight, but otherwise just some rainfall. The main severe weather threat staying well to our south. But showers with us tonight. I think we're only going up as we head into the overnight. We've already hit that overnight low. Details on when some thunder could be in the forecast in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Earlier today, traffic was shut down on Interstate 75 for several hours while police investigated a crime scene. 54-year-old David Maurice Reed of St. Petersburg, Florida, is facing charges after he led police on a chase. It started in Madison County and ended more than 40 miles to the south in Laurel County. When police finally got the car to stop, they say they found a dead woman in the back seat. Officials are still trying to find out more about the woman, including her cause of death.
You know, we're trying to put a puzzle together. We're trying to figure out where this crime happened and how it ended up in Laurel County and why this guy, was involved in this pursuit.
Now here's a mugshot of Reed. This is new information. We now know he is facing several charges, including murder, domestic violence, and abuse of a corpse, among many others. A man in Bell County was arrested after he reportedly held a machete to a woman's throat. The deputies responded to a domestic dispute this afternoon on Highway 2077 in Bell County. They say they found 44-year-old John Wayne Girdner in the backyard on top of a woman, strangling her and punching her in the face. The woman says she and Girdner were arguing all day when he became violent. She adds Girdner held a gun to her head and held a machete to her throat before police arrived. A gun and a machete were both found at the scene. After Girdner was arrested, deputies say he tried to hide a pouch containing suspected meth and multiple syringes. He's facing several charges and was taken to the Bell County Detention Center. A woman last seen earlier this month in Pikeville has been reported safe tonight. Chastity Sowards was last seen in the Bob Amos Park area on January 7th and reported missing 9 days later. Tonight, Tony Kahn with the Pikeville Police Department says Sowards saw reports of herself as missing and called police. Police officers spoke with her and made visual contact. Improvements are coming to the Wise Virginia Sports Complex in Southwest Virginia. The town of Wise received a $371,000 grant from the Abandoned Mineland Economic Revitalization Program. Officials plan to install new lighting at the complex. The new lighting will open up the Wise Sports Complex to hosting travel ball tournaments, which have proved to be an economic success in other communities. The park is located near an old coal mine operation that was active in the 1970s. The complex opened in the 1990s. Another grant was awarded in Southwest Virginia today. Dickinson County will get more than $869,000 for construction at the Red Onion Industrial Site. Officials hope it will recruit new businesses to Dickinson County. The purpose of the grant is to fund projects on abandoned mine land sites that result in an economic boost to Southwest Virginia. After a 2-year pause due to COVID-19, Military Kids Day is returning to the Kentucky State Capitol on February 16th. Military Kids Day is an event that allows military children to participate in the legislative process. It is hosted by the Veterans, Military Affairs, and Public Protection Committee. Children are invited to go on a Capitol tour, page for their respective legislator, participate in a Capitol scavenger hunt, and attend committee meetings related to military issues. For more information and for an online application, find this story on WYMT.com. Researchers at the University of Kentucky are starting a 5-year study on COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in eastern Kentucky. They are calling the project Kentuckians Vaccinating Appalachian Communities, or KVAC. UK says while more than half the U.S. has received at least one vaccine dose, there are Kentucky counties with much lower vaccination rates. Researchers will look at the willingness of people to be vaccinated and vaccine accessibility. The project is expected to cost $3.7 million. Hazard Community and Technical College is offering free child care vouchers to its students. The vouchers are part of a grant from the U.S. Department of Education. Those with the college say some students dropped out because they could not afford child care, but they are hoping these will keep students in classes longer.
This is important because it gives them access to child care that they probably wouldn't have the means to afford without the program. In return, it's going to help them be more successful with their college careers.
Up to 38 vouchers are available. For information on how to apply, you can call the college or visit its website. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, a 100-year-old building in Pike County is set to reopen under a familiar name, but for a different business.
Plus, more showers on the way as we head into the morning hours. The latest breakdown from Future View coming up after this.
Hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
Who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns?